Occupational English Test. Listening Test. This test has 3 parts. In each part, you'll hear a number of different extracts. At the start of each extract, you'll hear this sound. You'll have time to read the questions before you hear each extract, and you'll hear each extract once only. Complete your answers as you listen.
Morning, Sarah. I'm Dr. Neil Strathmore. I'm a cardiologist, and you've been referred here from the Royal Children's Hospital for some further follow-up. So why don't you tell me a bit about yourself and what's been happening to you?
Well, I was born with a congenital heart, and I've had surgery in 1991 to correct that. And I was also, a pacemaker was also put in, and I've been seeing my cardiologist at the Royal Children's Hospital since then, and now I've come here.
So in 1991, how old were you?
I was 6.
And how old are you now?
I'm 23.
And so you obviously don't remember much about that, but what did your parents say was the problem with you when you had the surgery?
Well, they tried to explain what it was, which was transposition of the great vessels, but basically they told me that I was out of breath, and that's why I couldn't keep up with the other kids, so I was going to have an operation to make me better.
Do you have any memory at all of the surgery or of being in the hospital?
Yes. I remember the nurses, and I remember the playroom, and I remember finding it really difficult to walk after the surgery.
And so do you remember the fact that you weren't able to keep up with other children when you were little?
Not so much, but I remember my lips turning blue and my fingernails being blue and basically going blue when I ran out of breath or running too much.
So after you'd had the surgery, did you only ever have one lot of surgery, or did you have to have repeated operations?
It was just the one in 91.
Good. And so after that, how did you get on in terms of your exercise capacity?
I didn't start off doing too much, but then afterwards I had been doing ballet beforehand, so I continued on with that. And then I picked up some more dancing, and as I got fitter and older, I was doing that quite consistently.
So during your teenage years, how fit were you?
Fairly fit. I was doing about 5 hours of dance a week. So.
Gosh, that's quite a lot, really. That would be quite tiring.
It was.
And so have you kept that going since you've left school?
I have, but definitely not as much because I've been busy with uni and things like that.
So how fit are you now?
Probably not as fit as I'd like to be, but I'm still taking classes and walking regularly.
So do you have any symptoms? Do you have any shortness of breath?
No, not really. I try to keep watching other people when I'm in classes and making sure that I'm not more out of breath than they are. But normally when I'm turning around, everyone seems to be as puffed.
So if you walk up a hill or walk up a flight of stairs, do you get short of breath? A
little bit, but not enough to be concerning.
So you think you're about the same fitness of other girls of your age?
I think so.
Okay. Now, what about your health otherwise? Do you have any other health problems?
No.
You've already said your breathing's okay. Do you have any cough or sputum?
No.
Any wheezing or asthma?
Not at all.
Your waterworks, do you have any problems with your urine or bladder?
No.
What about your bowels? They're all okay?
Yep.
And your appetite, and you don't get any nausea or vomiting or anything like that?
No.
And do you get any headaches?
Headaches I get every now and then, but I think that's mainly to do with stress.
Okay. Do you smoke?
No.
Alcohol?
Yes.
How much?
Every now and then.
So on an average week, how much would you drink?
It depends. Probably just once a week.
Mm-hmm. And would that be 3 or 4 drinks or more than that?
Probably no more than that.
Okay. So, what about recreational drugs?
No.
Not at all? Good. All right. Now, do you ever have any pain in the chest?
No, not at all.
Do you notice palpitations where your heart's beating fast?
No.
And have you ever had any blackouts or dizzy spells?
No, not at all.
Do your ankles ever swell up?
No, not that I've noticed.
Mm-hmm. Have you had any problems with excessive bleeding or bruising?
I notice I bruise quite easily if I just bump into things, but not enough to be too much of an issue.
Okay. Is there any family history of any heart problems?
No, not at all.
None of your parents or siblings had any congenital heart
No.
problems?